Hey, what's up, guys? This is Extreme Game Guy here. I'm back, and today we're gonna be playing some more Mortar 3.0. Just slapped my knee. In this deck we have Rocket and Mortar as our main damage dealers, and Tesla as a super duper strong defense. And in these two cards, Spear Goblins and Bats for Zap Bait, and Knight for DPS and tankage. It's very versatile, and I'll be sharing some replays. As you can see, my log's been pretty back and forth, but we've been winning more than we've been losing. I hate this game against Josmar Ray. He just had P.E.K.K.A, Mega Knight, Royal Giant, Executioner down all at the same time. It's pretty insane. But so I'm going to share this replay. This deck's been going around for the past couple of months. It's the Barbarian Hut 3 Musketeer deck. And this shows you how to beat 3 Musketeers, which is usually a hard matchup for, not hard, but like, it's harder without Tornado. So I'll be playing against the Barbarian Hut 3 Musketeers, which Barbarian Hut, if you didn't know, counters Mortar so hard, but Mortar can also counter the Barbarian Hut. So there's like no way we're going to be able to get a lock on in this game, and we have to get all of our damage pretty much by Rocket. So right here, I let the flying machine lock on. We're lucky enough to get the last Spear Goblin hit onto that flying machine, because that flying machine could have done so much damage if the Barbarian took out that Spear Goblin. And right here, we're just going to play a defensive Tesla because it can take care of all the waves. We're going to try and keep the Tesla alive with the Knight. So we took out that Battle Ram, and right now we're taking out a bunch of waves. And he's giving us even more value with the Tesla with the Bats. So I don't know what I'm doing right here. I leak a lot of elixir. So I place Mortar. I think I remember this one. I placed it too far back. It doesn't hit the... yeah, it doesn't hit the hut. So I'm thinking of just rocketing his tower, but I have to wait till he gives me any sort of value. So right now versus this deck with like a super hard counter with the Barbarian Hut, I'm gonna be like more lenient with what I'm gonna be rocketing. So I'll rocket a Bandit, I'll rocket a Battle Ram, I'll rocket, I don't think I'm gonna rocket Bats, but like Bandit, Battle Ram. So he places a Bandit in the back, and I go ahead and rocket it. Boom. So that's a 3 elixir rocket. So not that bad. So I place a Mortar offset to the right for the 2 Musketeers. And I'm just going to counter this Musketeer on the left with some Bats. So right now, we're going to try and defend this as well as we can. I sort of over-defend here, and now he's in a huge elixir lead. So he places down a Barbarian Hut. He's not going to go aggressive because he doesn't know that he's in the elixir lead. So right here, I'm like, how am I going to defend this? Those Bats are super high level, so my Spear Goblins can't take him out. So unfortunately, one Bat gets on our tower, and it takes us down farther than we took him down. He goes ahead and fireballs our thingamajiggy, our Tesla, and he's getting continual damage over time. So right now we're not in a very good spot. He does this again where he places a Bandit in the back, and I catch a Barbarian. So what I'm going to do here is cycle to another rocket so I can rocket that Barbarian Hut. That's a ton of value. What it'll do is it'll take out the Barbarian Hut and get tons of... Ooh, Sebastian added me as a friend. Why is he not my friend already? What? So, I rocket the Barbarian Hut and I catch a wave of Barbarians, which is really good. So he splits his Musketeers. So I'm like, I'm screwed. What am I gonna do? I have no elixir. So, I use a knight on that, and then I ice spirit. Make sure the battle ram doesn't charge. So I got a knight on the field for whatever he can put down. I played a Tesla there, which I shouldn't have, and I placed Mortar. He places his musketeers all in one lane, which is a dumb idea. Don't do that. And I log them. Mortar takes them out. Mortar will get one shot onto the tower, which is all I need. So I take out that battle ram, and I place a Tesla down for the bats. And possibly, no. So here I do something interesting. I play a defensive/offensive mortar, and it gets a shot in. I let that flying machine get a shot on, and then now it's time to rocket cycle. All I need is one more rocket, and this dude's being very interesting right here, to say the least. But it ends up working pretty well for him. I'm like, oh no. But then the battle ram charges onto the Tesla. So I'm like, okay, fine, we're fine. So I'm free to rocket, and I dab on him because that was such a hard matchup. You can see such a long game there. I suggest if you've ever faced like a barbarian hut tech, go for the tie, but if you can get a mortar lock, and you know you can, then of course go for it. So I'll share another replay versus this Hog Rider freeze. You guys will probably be facing some Hog Rider freeze because hog freeze, graveyard freeze, balloon freeze, all of that is very popular in this meta. I think freeze is gonna get a nerf, but we'll see. So, I always start off with like Ice Spirit Bats, Spirit Goblins, or Ice Spirit alone, or Mortar. I go ahead and rocket this Musketeer, barely clip it, and I get my Tesla ready because I know he probably has like a punish card. But I was able to get a good amount of rocket value, and that's a -1 trade for him. So I'm going to do an even trade right here, Tesla for Hog. That's a even trade. So I know I'm up like 1 elixir. Or, no, I'm tied because I rocketed that, the Musketeer. But we're up in damage, we're down in elixir, but it's fine. We're doing pretty good right now. So I'm tempted to rocket that Valkyrie, but I don't, so boo-hoo. He freezes, which is interesting because it's not going to do anything, and I decide to not defend that with bats because I know I'll get a huge elixir advantage, but apparently I didn't have an elixir advantage, so I get pretty screwed up my arse. Yeah, so I was pretty screwed right there. I thought I was in like a huge elixir lead, but apparently I wasn't, because he like froze, and then the mortar ended up being fine for the Valkyrie. I'm still in the lead. So he did something dumb. He places his Inferno Tower right there. So I place Spear Goblins, and I place all that good stuff, and it still doesn't take out the Inferno Tower, so I'm like, uh-oh, I just wasted all my buildings. And he freezes. So now I do something which is pretty cool. I Tesla'd, then I logged it to go into the Tesla. And now he placed a weird Inferno Tower. I don't that was pretty absurd when I saw it, but we're in a huge elixir lead. We're gonna Tesla up high so he can't freeze, but he does freeze, so bad play by him. I should have just logged there, but I ended up using a knight. I would have gotten tower damage and elixir advantage. So we're gonna use an ice spirit on that musketeer. I don't know what I was thinking there. I knew I wasn't gonna get a lock on. And now I'm like, I'm screwed. There's nothing I can do. So I end up being more aggressive here. I still don't get a lock on right here, which is extremely annoying. And I know I can't just rocket cycle because he can punish me really hard, and I'll lose my tower. So I have to defend with all my life. So I go offensive/defensive mortar. It does not get a lock on, which is so annoying. So I place a knight, and he does get a shot there. So I'm like, oh, I'm dead. Good game. I don't say good game, but like I knew it was probably a game. But somehow, with 2 minutes left in overtime, I pull this one out. So luckily that Inferno Tower targeted onto that one surviving bat, and our Tesla was able to take it out. I place a knight down to tank for the musketeer, and the knight ends up taking out the musketeer, and we get a solid lock on right here. We get 3 shots from the mortar. 3 entire shots, it can change a game. So I'm like, all of a sudden I'm feeling better. So I place a defensive/offensive mortar, which does not get a shot. I log just to make sure he doesn't get any damage. And I'm like, oh, maybe there's a chance. And I'm like, he's probably just going to freeze/zap/arrow cycle me. I just found out that he had the arrows right there. I think that was his first time using them. So, with less than a minute left in overtime, I'm like, can I just play for the draw? There's no way I'm going to be beating this guy. I could just rocket cycle him, but like, there's no way. But he lets my mortar lock onto his tower. And that just won me the game. I start laughing at him because, oh my god, what an intense game that was. That was crazy, crazy matchup, and we end up pulling out the victory. So as you can see, this deck really is, it can, if you know how to use it, what I'm trying to say is, if you know how to use this deck, you can really dominate everything. So here's a bowler, hog rider, freeze, which is anything with bowler just scares me. Royal Giant is easier, I think, than bowler, but like, man, bowler was just so annoying. So I place a mortar, and I find out he has a bowler. I'm like, oh my god, really? I already lost. So I'm like, I'm screwed. Just end the game now. This guy's not very good. He just went, like, put down all of his elixir at once, so. I cheaply defend it with a Tesla and some cycle cards. But still, we're down like half an elixir. So, nobody's done any damage. He is 2 levels below me. I feel like the only reason why I'm level 12 is because I donate so much. I donate every single card that I don't use. And a lot of people ask for like elite barbarians and hog rider, all that garbo. So at this point in the match, I don't know he has freeze. I was expecting like some sort of bowler baby dragon tornado with like balloon or graveyard and possibly freeze, maybe poison, but I don't know. I was thinking he had freeze, but I didn't expect a mini P.E.K.K.A. and a hunter and a. So right there he freezes, and I place a Tesla, and I'm so lucky that the mini P.E.K.K.A. was taken out right before it got a hit. So we take no damage so far, and he uses his bowler. So after we take this bowler out, it's just an open gate to use my mortar. So we let the bowler cross, And all I can do though, since he put his hog rider down, is defensive mortar. I couldn't offensive / defensive mortar at the river because he had a bowler down, and I ended up rocketing this hunter because I'm desperate for damage. The bat gets one hit because of that rocket, and I got rocket damage on. So he ends up putting down like a mini P.E.K.K.A and a baby dragon. That's what I'm trying to say. And I accidentally used the wrong emote. I didn't mean to laugh at him. I think I was like the hog thinking emote because I didn't. It was very confusing to me what he was doing. So he doesn't know what to do right here. My mortar gets one shot, and I think I preserved the life of it, so it gets 2 more shots, maybe just 1 more. It does not get another shot, which is sad, but it's alright. I can live with it. So I put spear goblins near my king tower, so if they get taken out for some reason, the mini P.E.K.K.A would go towards the king tower. So his tower's down to 2 rockets. So that's amazing for me. All I gotta do is defend, make sure he can't punish me too hard. So he's not trying anything crazy right now, which is a little bit strange. So I go knight, bats. I'm over defending right now just so I don't lose my tower, because I got this game in the bag. I even placed a Tesla because I know he's gonna go with like a hog rider. So I just throw my rocket, and boom, we take his tower. So as you can see, I beat that hog freeze boulder deck with no problem. And so far this deck has been doing me extremely well. I'm at 43-47 right now, but I got up all the way to 44-44. That's kind of weird. I encourage you guys to try this deck out. You can use it in like from Arena 9 to Arena 12, where I am now. It's very solid for ladder pushing. I think somebody in the top 200 is actually using it. His name is Crafter, where I got the deck from. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Happy New Year's, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.